Hello, everybody. Sorry about the little delay to the start today. We were just fixing a couple of little technical issues. It wouldn't be a Sunday night live or a Sunday afternoon live, as we're calling it today, without a couple of technical issues, but we're ready to go. We're live. It's me, Tober and Kaden to start you off, and then Max will be joining us very, very shortly to discuss what was an awesome derby day yesterday. So I hope you're ready because it's going to be a great live show here on Borough on My Mind. Quickly, before we introduce Tober and Kaden, just want to pass you a quick message from our friends over at PUFC Stickers. So they're offering free delivery today on all orders upwards of £5 on their website. So that'll be to celebrate the little 5-0 victory over Cambridge. So also 5 people who order today from the website will be picked at random to win 43 Johnson Clark Harris stickers. So that'll be awesome. And remember that you can use code Borough on My Mind 5 at checkout when purchasing your stickers for a 5% discount. So thank you for all your support from PUFC Stickers. And now let's get into the main discussion. And we'll start by introducing my co-host for today, Tober Kaden. How are you, lads?
I'm absolutely fantastic, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm sort of still in disbelief. I can't quite believe that yesterday happened.
It's mental, and we actually showed up for Derby Day. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah. It was like surreal, you know. It was looking at until 30 minutes to be like quite disappointing, quite anticlimactic, and then suddenly the game and like the occasion and the atmosphere and everything just like sprung to life in like 5 minutes, didn't it?
Yeah, it was. You got to rate the boys. To be fair, that from minute one, I thought they were looked on it. I thought they were sharp, and they had a game plan and they executed it well. The fans yesterday, I thought, were fantastic. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, everyone in the chat saying Tober is the GOAT, Tober the GOAT. There we go. All this support. You've got your fan club, Tober.
Unreal.
Kaden, mate, how are you?
Not bad. Great win yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, can you believe it yet? Or has it like actually sunk in that we beat Cambridge 5-0 yet? Or
not really.
I mean, your vlog's been doing well. I think if anyone here hasn't, that's what people in the chat have just started saying. If anyone hasn't watched Caden's vlog from yesterday, Cape United, on YouTube, find the vlog because it's an absolute belter. My personal favourite Cape United vlog ever. Jake Currell, where's Max? We don't know. I'm kidding. Max is joining us in just a couple of minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, he's.
Couple minutes.
He couldn't handle Derby Day. He's still in the Desco concourse singing Abbey Stadium's Falling Down. Tommy says, I saw you in the Desco. I saw you on the Desco. The Posh GK says, I made a vlog on it too. I haven't seen that. I'll go and have a look at that for sure after this. So yeah, chat. What are your guys' thoughts on the game yesterday? We'll dig a bit deeper into some of the individual players in a second and some of the little parts of the game. But I think it's important to look at the team. And what is your message if you had to go into the dressing room after the game yesterday, Tober Kaden? What would you be saying to the lads after the game?
Just say well done. You deserve a day off after that. But it was they were just fantastic. They were just absolutely brilliant. Probably the best performance of the season in the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're allowed to go out after the game. I saw someone have a photo with Jono.
Yeah, I think Fergie said in his post-match that Jono basically told Fergie that they would have deserved a day off, and gave them all a day off today, which maybe not ideal. We could be in for an absolute battering at Salford on Tuesday because we've played without it. I don't really care, to be fair. I don't think. I mean, that's no matter what happens this season. I think it's going to be very, very difficult to get better than yesterday. Don't you think?
I agree. What will top it off is beating them away and all in February. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
But it's in February.
Yeah, 24th of Feb.
Yeah. Could you imagine
I
singing
know
the
that
Abbey
was already
Stadium?
planned my day
Falling
around
Down?
it.
Could you imagine
That'll be
singing
real.
the Abbey
It'll be
Stadium's
real.
Falling Down song in the Abbey Stadium while it's falling down? It'll be unbelievable.
Another 5-0 win won't
Jake
will
Farrell,
be all right.
yeah, everyone
What's that
was
profile picture?
outstanding. Everyone knew, get rid of that. But everyone was outstanding. Everyone knew the assignment and they knew what the game meant to the fans. And I think that is the big thing. Last season, the players didn't show the passion that was needed, but just from minute one of the game, the players seemed to get it. You know, they were putting in the tackles when they needed to. They were getting bantering the fans. They were shushing the away fans. They were celebrating in
Hector
front of
loved
the
it.
home and riling up the Desco. When they were showing that, my favourite bit was when Ronnie showed the score to the Desco. That was unreal.
I was so frustrated I
yeah.
didn't get that on video. So I
Yeah,
was it was literally in front of me, and I just didn't get it on video. I don't know why I didn't.
he looked so happy to be showing that score. As I'm quite happy right now because we're about to be joined by the man himself, the man that the chat have been yearning for. Are you right, Max?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
We're good. We're good. So we're just saying, before we get into sort of the nitty gritty of yesterday and talk about, you know, what went really well, what were your thoughts on the just the day, the game, the occasion as a whole?
I mean, what a day! I won't swear. I'm going to try not to swear, but what a day it was! What a day it was! Seriously, I don't think I've ever had a day like it. I think it topped every single day out that I've been on in the past. In recent memory, in terms of football, phenomenal day. From every goal that was scored to the atmosphere to us being in the Desco, and it, it felt almost like a new ground when we were in the Desco. Like it felt brand new, which is something that wasn't, you know what I mean. Like it felt right that we should be there. So it was all really good. The banter as well with the away fans was phenomenal. So no, really, really, really good and positive day out, especially for the rest of our season.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. So we'll look at it in a bit of a finer lens now. So obviously, everyone was fantastic yesterday. So it does feel unfair to single one person out, but I've singled out the player that I think impressed me the most yesterday, and that's Joel Randall. I think he was absolutely sensational from minute one. And I actually want to start this bit by saying that I was in a very Peterborough United mood yesterday, so I listened back to a bit of the first Up the Posh bases of the season, the night before Reading, and everyone was sort of hating on Randall, and he's come such a long way since then, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's done wonders. He's done wonders. I think it helps that the fans love him and the fans have done the chant around him. I think that's done his confidence a world of good. Yeah, he was outstanding yesterday. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
I thought he was very good yesterday. Especially when the fans chanted his name, it got him going.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think I'm a massive advocate for the way that he plays, especially this season. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. From last season, I feel like he's never really been his best, and there isn't a player that I think I can think of in recent memory that I've wanted to succeed more than him. And I think the success is finally coming. 2 assists yesterday. He got his first goal as well this season. In the league, I believe, first goal in the league. So, I mean, it's really, really, really positive. Like the influence, the fans have helped massively. I think Darren Ferguson sort of coming in and saying, "Well, we are going to play you like no matter what." Also has really helped the way that he's sort of grown. So, no, amazing player, and I'm really happy that he's sort of found his form. I found his shooting boots again because he's magical, really.
Yeah, he was excellent yesterday. We'll move on to a comment that I've just saw, which has sort of jogged my memory about Kioso and the fact that he's been playing through what Fergie says, and it was quite a decent injury. for the last couple of games, and that just shows what a warrior he is, isn't he? He's the perfect captain for a team like us, isn't he?
Yeah, 100% perfect captain. Warrior, fought for the badge, left everything on the field. It worries me massively in that right back position with January still, a month and a half out. Whether that injury is serious and it's going to take him out of our squad. It could, Katongo, I think, is phenomenal, but I've never seen him play on the right side. I think his knee usually comes on the left. So it's all going to be quite interesting to see where everything goes from here. However, the fact that he came to Derby Day knowing that he had this injury and he left absolutely everything on the pitch really shows that we've made the correct captaincy option. And I hope that there is a contract on the horizon for not only him, but Josh Knight as well.
Can I just say?
I think it's... Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt. No, you carry on.
No, go on.
Guys, we can go back and forth here.
To me, to you. Go on, Kaden.
Go on, Kate, man.
Archie Collins. What a player. Did you see the fourth goal? Fourth goal?
Yeah.
He carried the ball all the way from just outside our own box, all the way to near Cambridge's goal, set up Joe Randall and squared it to Poku, who scored the goal.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
You know what, he was brought in to replace Jack Taylor, and you know what, that yesterday, that run that he made for the fourth goal did really remind me of Jack Taylor. And that run that he made for, I think it was our third maybe at Hillsborough, where he jinked it past Bannon and then ran up the whole other end and played someone in. He's been excellent since he's come in. I've really, really enjoyed watching him play. I think he's very, very strong in the midfield. But yesterday, I think, was when he really, really bedded himself in and really, really endeared himself to the fans yesterday as well.
I mean, there was talk at the start of the season, that he wasn't good enough. And I've always thought he's been a phenomenal player. And I think yesterday really showed his qualities. And especially when you've got to come in and fill boots like Jack Taylor's boots to fill. I think Kipriano and Collins have done absolutely phenomenally in that regard. To fill, I think one of Posh's best midfield duos in recent memory. Have come in and they filled the boots really well of both players. And we've got a really good young midfield pairing on our hands. Really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's top quality. Talking about the midfield department, let's move on to one thing quickly, which is a discussion I wanted to have about our squad depth, because before the season, it was sort of a thing where people were saying, we've got a good first 11, but if we get a big injury, we're absolutely done for. And it doesn't necessarily feel like that's the case anymore. I mean, we've got Fuchs who's coming back. He'll play his debut. His return is going to be a week on Tuesday away at Colchester, which is a massive positive. And it does feel like we've got a bit more of a settled squad now, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you look at the youth team as well, we've got Emmanuel Fernandez in the youth team. He's not even in the first team yet.
Yeah. I mean, Manny Fernandez is a monster. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing him putting some performances in a first team senior shirt, hopefully in January. Well, not hopefully, because I really hope we keep Ronnie. I really do feel like we could go up this season. From where we were at the start in January, from where we were in the start of January, saying, it's a rebuild season, it's a restructure. We're bringing in young players. Mid-table, is fine. We'll be happy with mid-table and really build on this. Just get through the games, the hard games, go into it, stay positive. But really, I think 12th to 9th was in and around the predictions we were putting out. What a turnaround that. From the 3 on the bounce after the loss at Cobblers of losses to 10 in the league unbeaten, and then beating our local rivals 5-0. Wow. I mean, this team really is something else. And I know, we take it all game by game. I had a bit of stick on Twitter because I put out a hypothetical that, you know, could it be our year? And I got a bit of stick on Twitter for it. But, you know, hypothetically, this team has what it takes to go up. With all that being said, January has to be perfect. Like, we have to get the right players in January if we want to go up. However, you know, Portsmouth losing their best player, Oxford losing their manager, you know, I think it really does blow this title race wide. Obviously, not one man and one person teams, but really does blow this automatic race wide open. We're up there with Bolton, Barnsley, you know, the usual contenders for it. Why not? I don't see why not. But we're talking about the squad depth. January has to be perfect. I think Johnson Clark-Harris isn't playing because Dara has made a deal with someone. It's my only thought as to, you know, we were adapting to a world without him. Ronnie Edwards, I don't think we were very lucky to keep in January, in September. Sorry, I think he'll go in January. And although I'd love to see Manny Fernandez do it, if we're looking to get promoted, he's not the man for the job. Maybe not the man for the job. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But again, the recruitment has to be perfect in January.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, the way we recruited in the summer, I think, was very admirable. It seemed like we had a plan A, plan B, plan C for every situation. You know, Jack Taylor got sold. Okay, instantly we've got in Archie Collins, we've got into Haviland. You know, Clark-Harris was going to be sold. Right, we signed 2 strikers to cover that position, you know? So it did seem like the summer was very, very well organised in that sense. And I think I agree with you, Max, that January has to sort of follow suit. But yeah, I mean, when you look at it, we're trying to build a system. I think Fergie wants sort of 2 players in each position, you know? What could really throw our season is if any of the loanees get recalled. If Kyoso gets recalled, that is massively problematic. If Katongo gets recalled, then we need new players in, and that's the same for Sturge. But I think, you know, I agree with you. The depth is looking pretty good, and if we have a good January, then the sky's the limit for this season. So we'll move on to something that we've hinted at before. You know, we spoke about the atmosphere yesterday. Let's talk about the Desco. Now, this is something that I want the chat to get involved in as well. There's a big debate going on about whether it's possible to open it every week, whether we should open it every week, whether it's sensible to open it every week, and whether, you know, it is better than London Road. And I was wondering you guys' thoughts on that.
I'll go first. I think it would be great if we could get rid of everyone. You know, if we could fill the terrace and the Desco, but that's just not realistic. Not to do every single game. We won't do it for games like Burton. But if we give the London Road end to the terrace, then, you know, it does give away the home and away end, sort of, you know, how close they are to each other. But yeah, I mean, just any way we could get it done, I would love us to move into behind the goal.
I think there is an element of not every single game is going to be 5-0 against Cambridge. The fact that we're in the Desco and the fact that we've got such fond memories of the Desco and we're really now pushing to sort of get into the Desco, not every game is going to be an absolute slaughterfest. And I feel like we're never gonna fill the Desco and London Road for every game. It's one or the other. Could we have a revamp and put some players, put some of the away fans maybe in the north stand and have the north stand as the away end, and so that we still have the banter with the 2 on the London Road side? We could do that. Obviously, stewarding and finance. Look, the Desco is absolutely amazing. The concourse is brilliant. I know, Charlie, you mentioned the concourse the other week. and saying like people who are saying that they don't want to move into Desco haven't seen the concourse. It's far better than the London Road's concourse. It is proper in there. I know you were talking about, you know, we've got some of the best facilities there in the league, and I feel like it's unfair that the home fans don't get to take advantage of that. Would I like to go to the Desco? Absolutely. Although I've just, you know, said that not every single game is going to be a slaughter fest like it was yesterday, and you know, there's an element of recency bias to it. I think the atmosphere in there was far better than I've ever seen in London Road. And the banter with the away fans, you miss that in London Road. You really do. You miss the banter with the away fans. So I'd advocate for it. I'd love to move over there, but there's certain fans that like London Road, and that's fair enough.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the thoughts are that I know you've said that every game isn't going to be like a 5-0 drubbing of Cambridge, and I completely agree with you. However, what I would say is, imagine, you know, Tuesday night games that are really, really difficult, you know, to get going, and even just having, you know, the facilities, an inside concourse where you're protected and it's a bit warmer, and you can watch, you know, the stuff on the TVs, and there's loads of TVs and there's loads of bars and stuff. Even that is an improvement, even if it's not from an atmosphere perspective, purely just from a fan experience perspective. I think it's really important. Also, what I would say is, this is coming from a bit of a biased perspective from me, but obviously I come from a family where we have my brother's in a wheelchair, and so uses wheelchair facilities at every game. And the ones in there are no wheelchair facilities in London Road, and you know what, he's 2 years younger than me, and he likes to be in amongst the atmosphere, and it makes him feel like he's really part of it, and he is part of it. But that cannot happen when he's in the Desco. When he's in the he can't get in London Road, so when he's in the Desco, he feels a bit more involved, and the facilities are a lot better. So that's something that we look at as well. So yeah, I think I'm all for it. And I know people have their sentimentalities attached to the terrace, but let's be real here. The terrace isn't the same. I mean, it's not the same. Safe standings come in. You can't just stand anywhere with your mates. You know, the atmosphere is a lot worse. You can't really move. It's not ideal. And I think people should be a little bit less closed-minded and a little bit more open-minded, and give the Desco a go.
I was team London Road before yesterday, and I told you that as well. I thought just going to London Road, it just feels more of a home game. Feels more, I don't know, it just feels different. But yesterday, it's completely changed my mind. To be fair, like Max said, it feels like you're it feels just so much different. But yesterday was just class. It was brilliant. Concourse was brilliant. There was bouncing up and down. You see countless videos. That wouldn't happen in London Road. You won't get none of that at halftime. None of that. I just think everyone's a lot more happy, and I wasn't even up in the atmosphere bit, so I don't know what it would have been like if I was. But yeah, it's just, I think it was just class. It was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and I think there are some things that need to be sorted with it. Obviously, you know, where are you going to put away fans when? Obviously, so for if it's the Burton game, very simple solution. Burton are going to bring 200. You just open the Desco, but that there is a financial aspect to that. But when you're looking at teams like Derby that are going to bring 4,000, where are you going to put 4,000 away fans? You know, if not using the Desco, that is the other question.
You don't. You keep. I think the away fans should just stay in the corner of the north stand.
That's what I was about to say. If we're in this league, the away following of this league isn't phenomenal. As in, the amount of fans that people bring is not going to be the amount of fans Derby County bring. A and B block, what? There was 1,600 Cambridge fans?
Yeah.
Around that? There is not going to be 1,600. You know, when this season, can you remember off the top of your head, we've seen 1,600 away fans? Derby County.
Derby.
Preston.
Preston.
In the championship.
It was most randomest one. There was a load in the championship.
If we were to go up, that's fair enough. I think something that needs to be sorted. But that concourse is phenomenal.
I agree with Jake. I completely agree with Jake.
Yeah, but we'll be missing out on a lot of money.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
Well,
Who
no, but
cares? That's where we make
I
a
mean,
lot of our money.
Yeah.
an interesting point is there is a sense of there's I don't know how, but like the main stand and the Desco are graded the same in like the FA rules. So like the pricing in the main stand is allowed to be just as high as it is in the Desco. Um, because they're viewed as like the same quality stand somehow. So I don't think the pricing is a massive issue. I understand that you want to have as many away fans in as possible, but also, the atmosphere. I think the atmosphere drove the team yesterday. I think the atmosphere played a big part. When we went 1-0 up, I think it was a lot to do with the atmosphere that we went 2-0 up straight after, because every little pass that they were making was being roared, and the fans were being roared on, and that was a massive thing. I think, and winning games gets you to a point of promotion, and when you get promoted, you get a lot of money. So we have to look at it, and if we back our players truly, we should look at it in the sense of, if we go up, we're going to make a lot more money. We're going to make money from TV. We're going to make money from, you get paid more to play in the championship. So maybe invest in the team, invest in the atmosphere, invest in our home stadium, and give us the Desco. I know people will complain, but that's just the case, I think. Finally, we'll have a look. Obviously, the Desco debate is one that will rage on, and I'm sure if there's like a fan forum soon, it will be something that will be asked about. I mean, Darius said that he has no complaints about going in the Desco, and it's up to his sort of leadership team within the club to try and sort that out. But, maybe it will be something that happens in the future. I hope it is. We'll now look. We'll end today with just looking forward, because right now it feels like there will never be another Peterborough United football game again, and that Cambridge is the only game ever to happen. But we do have a game on Tuesday night. We have Salford. We're not going to do a pre-match posh for it. You will receive a special little video before it, but we're not going to have a pre-match posh in the sense that we sit and talk about it. So let's talk about it now. How strong are you going with your team selection? What is your prediction for the game? How important do you view the FA Cup? Run me through it.
Well, I'd like to go far in the FA Cup. I don't see why not. I think we should go to Salford. I don't think we should play our strongest. Is there another game before international break?
No,
Yeah,
so we have Tuesday and then there's Saturday, which is free.
Who do we play this Saturday? Burn.
Exeter, but it's postponed.
Fine.
So this is the last game before the internationals.
Play our full strength squad then.
Yeah, you're getting the Salford vlog very, very soon.
Yes, Salford vlog, and I might be at Salford, so
that's
look forward.
That's my. So I made my team for Tuesday night. Now what I've tried to do with my team is I think the people that are going away to play internationals should be rested and should just be given a break, because they're playing football in the international break. But for me, I think we should play close to our strongest team. So what I've gone for is I've gone Tally in goal. I've gone Burrows at left back. I've gone Critchlow and Fernandez at centre half, with Knight at right back. I've gone De Havilland and Collins. I've gone Randall. I've gone Ajiboy. I've gone Mason Clark, and I've gone Ricky up front. And so I think that's it's pretty strong, but it's not crazy strong. And I was wondering what you guys' thoughts are on maybe that as a potential lineup.
Johnson Clark Harris needs minutes. He can't be sitting on the bench all the time. I was gutted he didn't come on yesterday, because he would have loved that type of game. He really, even when he was warming up on the sidelines, you could tell he was up for it. I was gutted when he didn't come on yesterday. But no, I think Jono's got to start on Tuesday for me. He needs minutes under his belt. He can't just be sitting on the bench in his career.
I disagree. I think, yeah, for his career as a player, definitely. But I think, as I mentioned earlier, Dara has agreed something with somebody, and we are evolving into a world without Jonathan Clark-Harris. And I think Mother Seal or Mother Sile would be a better option, just because he is a Peterborough United player, and I don't think Jonathan Clark-Harris will be in January, or at least I think he goes the minute the window opens. So, and if I'm wrong, then I don't know what Darren Ferguson is cooking. I don't know what's going on. If the case is that Darren has not signed, has got a contract with anyone, and Darren Ferguson is just purposefully leaving him out, I don't know what has gone on, but I think he'll leave the minute the window opens. So I think Mother Seal is the better option.
Fair enough.
How do you pronounce his name? Is it Mother Sile, Mother Seal, or Mother Sile, Max?
I'm not commenting. Tell Loz to fuck off.
Go on, Max. Pin one down for us now. Go on.
No,
I
you can say it.
I
however
actually
you
know
want.
how it is. I know how it actually is pronounced. So go.
Yeah, of course.
Give us
you go to
your.
school 7 days a week.
Do you know his mum or something? Like every other player?
Try
No,
and
the only play I actually did meet Mother Seal outside. Well, I didn't meet him. I saw him outside Sports Direct, but that's a different story. But no, I think it's.
That's
Mother
like me
Seal.
saying I saw him on the pitch.
Did you ask him what his name was?
We
Yeah,
knew
that's
his name, you
something.
moron.
But no, the only reason I didn't put Mother Seal in my lineup is because he played like literally this afternoon. I think he played like 60, 75 minutes for the 21s. So I assume if he was planning to be played on Tuesday night, he wouldn't play, most of the game today, because considering Tuesday is the day after tomorrow. But it's an interesting one. I think we may see a very fatigued team on Tuesday night, considering that, they were allowed to go out on the town last night. They were given a day off today, so they're going to have 1 day training, and then they'll spend Tuesday travelling up to Salford, or unless they go up on Monday, which will then be even worse. So I think we may see a very tired team come out, but no, it will be an interesting game. I think we probably should win it. I think it'll be good to win it to keep up our momentum. So we'll go for the score predictions for that game. Starting with you, Max. What is your score prediction and first goal scorer, Peterborough United goal scorer for Tuesday night? And chat, you can play along as well.
2-0 Mason Clark.
For that.
3-1 to Peterborough. And then Ricky J. Jones, first goal scorer.
Well, Tober stole my prediction, so I'll go 2-1. I think we'll go 1-0 up, but they'll equalise, and we'll score another.
First goal scorer, Kaden.
I wouldn't have thought that if you predicted 2-1 that when it went 1-1 we'd score again.
What are your thoughts? What's your first goal scorer, Kaden? And he's refusing to talk. Wow. Okay.
I'll go. I'll go Manuel Fernandez double.
Fuck's sake.
Kaden has this biggest fetish of Manny Fernandez scoring.
You can't speak. Public catcher boy.
So he's good, and he has a good bum as well. So that's a bum that I'd be proud to lick.
No.
For my prediction. I'm gonna go for my prediction.
No.
I'm gonna go.
Someone clip it. Someone clip it.
What's your prediction? Like, they're gonna score 10 goals in 5 minutes on the 75th minute.
No, my prediction is a simple one. I think it's going to be 2-0 Posh, and I think the goal scorers are going to be Mason Clark and Joel Rando. Oh, always believe in your soul. So that's it. Somehow I've managed to get Tober to put a bike helmet on. Don't know why he's done that. But yeah. that's it. So we'll go. Just we'll go around. Any last thoughts on this Sunday afternoon? I know I've
Get me out.
depressed you all, but
Borough's
no,
going up.
the Borough's good. Thanks, kid. I agree. No, but final thoughts as like a wrap up sort of thing. I think again, immense performance against Cambridge, absolutely immense. Hopefully, that's going to increase our momentum even more, especially after the loss against Wigan. Being able to pick our form back up again is really, really important, especially as we're pushing on. Clearly, our aspirations has changed from mid-table to some sort of, either automatics or playoffs. So to continue the momentum like we did, bouncing off a harsh loss at Wigan, to beating Cambridge 5-0 is phenomenal. In terms of the stands, I hope that can get sorted out. Obviously, Dara has said that it's up to other people at the club to sort that out. So hopefully that can be looked into soon, and we can sort of get the ball rolling. Maybe even, like as Charlie said, a fan forum to sort of see what the fans want, because us four don't speak for everyone. But judging off everybody's sort of reaction to the Desco yesterday, I think that it's probably in the right direction to say that most fans want the Desco. And then Salford, hopefully we can go over there and continue our run of form, pick up a win, move into the next round, into the hat, and hope for another cup run, and hopefully last longer than we did in the Carabao Cup. I think financially it's for the best. And also, although I do think we should be focusing on the league, I don't see the harm in it, especially with the international break coming up, to play our full strength squad against Salford and hopefully secure a win. But other than that, no, thank you very much.
yeah, cheers, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for you guys in the chat. Hopefully you all had a brilliant day yesterday. Keep tagging us in your videos, your pictures from the Cambridge game yesterday, because we want to, I'm sure, all relive it for as long as possible. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Max, Tober, and Kaden. One final message. I'll echo what I said at the start. One final message from our friends over at PUFC Stickers. PUFC Stickers are giving free delivery on all orders put in today over £5. They're also, if you order today from PUFC Stickers, you're instantly added into a prize draw in which 5 Posh fans will win 40 free Johnson Clark Harris stickers. Use code Borough on My Mind 5 BOMM5 at checkout for 5% off your stickers. So go get your stickers. They're unbelievable quality. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us today. Up the Posh.